Paris, with more than 38 million Americans petitioning for joblessness since March and a joblessness pace of 14.7%. Projects to help U.S. laborers experiencing the pandemic-prompted financial downturn are under extreme strain. In European nations, in excess of 39 million laborers have maintained a strategic distance from cutbacks and kept their checks by going low maintenance through government programs. In France, fractional joblessness streamlines the nation's vigorous joblessness strategies to limit cutbacks. It's as of now supporting 6 of every 10 organizations and in excess of 33% of the nation's working populace. Organizations can apply for workers to get 84%-100% of their net hourly compensation repaid by the legislature. The program conceals to €6,846, $7,421 in a net month-to-month pay, or over 95% of every single French specialist. Joblessness in France really dropped from 8.1% to 7.8% in the primary quarter of 2020. Because of a sharp decrease in the number of jobless individuals pronouncing themselves effectively searching for work during the coronavirus pandemic. Comparable projects exist across Europe. They're completely founded on the German Kurzarbeit, transient work, program made during the 2008 downturn, which restricted joblessness cases to a 0.2% expansion from 2008 to 2009. Versus 1.6% during a similar period in France. In Germany, it's unmistakable substantially more than the US, that the accentuation has been on sparing firms, says Rudy Bachmann, a financial matters educator at the University Notre Dame and who is from Germany. Numerous financial experts state the European model will lessen joblessness rates over the European Union and that the United States may not recoup as lockdowns end. In any case, others caution that the European methodology could prompt undesirable long-haul money-related issues. Money pioneers over the EU endorsed a bailout bundle for part states in late April, planned to send on June 1. Measures incorporate €540 billion worth of advances, including as much as €100 billion to support joblessness benefits and €200 billion of interest in little and medium-sized organizations. European governments pay to save jobs. The current monetary emergency is not the same as past downturns in view of a breakdown in both interest and gracefully because of lockdowns, says Ratu Vrancinou, an educator of financial matters at ESSEC Business College in Paris. Supporting the work showcase tends to decrease in both. The incomplete joblessness security net should assist Europeans with enduring the hardship by supporting the representative-boss relationship and keeping the economy incidentally running, says Tomasz Michalski, a financial aspects teacher at HEC Business College. Also, laborers who hold their agreements have the salary to spend and should come back to work quicker after lockdowns, restricting joblessness, says Jerem Creel, a financial matters educator at ESCF Business College. It likewise shields organizations from European laws requiring costly severance pay to lay off workers. The expense of the projects will be faltering, monetary specialists state. Christine Lagarde, leader of the European Central Bank (ECB), evaluated that singular nations' reactions to the pandemic will cost an expected 10% of the Eurozone's GDP. Or between €1 to €1.5 trillion, $1.08 trillion to $1.62 trillion. At last, it will hit the genuine economy, says Viral Akaria, a financial matters educator at New York University. He and different financial experts state governments can support halfway joblessness for a quarter of a year. Different nations, be that as it may charge in an unexpected way. Germany had a 3.1% joblessness rate before the emergency and might be better ready to support programs contrasted with Spain, which had a 14.1% joblessness rate, more grounded laborer securities, and groundbreaking workers' guilds. I have a few questions that partial unemployment is the best framework. This technique may be addressed in the following 3 to 4 months, says Francinu, the ESET Financial Matters educator. To subsidize these projects, nations should expand their obligation, which could in the end increment expansion. Financial specialists state high swelling in this circumstance is the least of disasters we can expect, Michalski says. Governments may likewise increment charges. In France, the equivalent country and hands-on laborers who can't telecommuting took part in the Yellow Vest fights a year ago, which Michalski accepts may prompt new fights that power government officials to raise burdens on the rich. Long-haul pandemic could cripple Europe's approach. The ECB has vowed €750 billion, $810 billion, to purchase European nations' pandemic-related obligations. In any case, it's indistinct when the ECB should step in and to what extent finances will last. Prior Patriot strains could mean wealthier nations may shy away from supporting more fragile economies, Bachmann says. Francinu says he is worried that while incomplete joblessness fortified social separating, it might boost representatives to abstain from working after lockdowns end. Acaria includes that the EU framework pushes businesses to keep laborers on finance, while US organizations can rebuild if important. A stunning number of organizations could in any case go under even with government help. And specialists state such projects may get unthinkable if lockdowns are required once more. We're experiencing huge proportions of money and haven't the faintest idea what number of these livelihoods will be secured, Michalski says.